Okay, so a couple weeks ago, a post was made on Minecraft.net titled Java Edition is Moving House. It announced that all Java Edition users are going to be forced to migrate to Microsoft accounts. In this video, I'm going to explain what exactly that means, how it's going to work, what the benefits and downsides are in terms of the OG community and account owners as a whole, and go over some frequently asked questions. First, what exactly does this mean? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Instead of logging into the Minecraft launcher with your existing Mojang account, you will log in with your Microsoft account. That's it. Now, how will the process of migration work? At some point in early 2021, you will receive an email that will ask you to migrate your Mojang account to a Microsoft account. If you have a Microsoft account already, you can import the Mojang account directly into it. If you don't have a Microsoft account or want a new one specifically for your Minecraft account, you can just create a new Microsoft account. One thing I should note is that on the post on Minecraft.net, they said that since there are so many Java players, they'll be sending out these emails in batches as to not overload Microsoft servers with the new accounts. So not everyone will be able to migrate at the same time. Again, this migration is mandatory, and they say in the post that if you do not migrate, you will not be able to play Java Edition on your account. Okay, now let's talk about the benefits of this whole migration thing. Number one, and I think this is the biggest one, is two-factor authentication. This is something that so many people have wanted for so long. I even talked about it in the most recent OG alert. All you'll need to do to get this feature on your Minecraft account is link your phone number to your Microsoft account, enable two-factor auth, and the account will instantly be so much more secure. Two-factor authentication is going to make it so that stealing Minecraft accounts is a lot harder. As it stands right now, it's pretty easy to get into somebody's Minecraft account. And I'm not saying that two-factor is going to completely thwart account hackers, nothing can really do that, but it's definitely going to make it a lot easier to keep yourself safe from getting your account stolen. Number two is capes. Everyone who migrates their account from Mojang to Microsoft, so everyone who wants to continue playing the game, gets a cape. Apparently, it's going to look like this. I know a decent amount of people see this as a bad thing because it's going to make capes more common, but I see it like this. Since everyone will have the cape, it's not going to make the current capes more common. In fact, someone in my Discord pointed out that more people will be aware of capes, which could make the capes we have now even more valuable. My friend pointed out that it's important to mention that only existing accounts will get this cape, so it's possible that in the future, accounts with these capes will be somewhat uncommon. Other than safer accounts and capes for everyone, there aren't that many benefits to this migration, so let's move on to the downsides. The first downside is one that is pretty controversial among many people in the Minecraft community in general. And that is, if you don't migrate, you won't be able to play Minecraft. From reading the article, it seems like this will happen within a few months of the migration emails being sent out. It makes sense, they're trying to make everything safer, but a lot of people don't like this because they're being forced to create a Microsoft account, and not everyone wants one of those. This next one is going to hit the sniping community especially hard. If you aren't aware, a lot of name snipers use SFA accounts because they're really cheap. SFA means semi-full access, and an SFA account is an account you can change the name, password, and skin on, but not the email. And because you can't migrate to a Microsoft account without having access to the current email on the account, snipers won't be able to migrate their SFAs. After a few months, the SFAs will all be locked because they were never migrated, and SFA accounts will no longer be a thing. As you can probably assume, snipers without accounts are not snipers, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of changes in that community. Another possible huge blow to the community is related to duplicate and invalid accounts. These types of accounts have been a huge part of the OG community for a long time, and a lot of people are saying that this migration might finally bring them to their demise. I, however, don't think that this is true. I read the article and the FAQ page, and here's what I believe is causing them to think that. Do I get to keep my Minecraft account username? Right below it, in the answer, it says yes, you'll be able to keep your in-game username for Java Edition. The part that is causing confusion is the second part of the answer. It says, during the account migration process, you'll need to pick an Xbox gamertag. This might differ from your Java Edition username, if that one was already taken or if it doesn't meet the gamertag character requirements. I asked around, and the FAQ page used to be even more confusing. It said, in some cases, you will need to change your username when you migrate to a Microsoft account. This will vary per account, such as if somebody already happens to have the username or if it does not meet security protocols. You will, however, get to keep your Minecraft Java username in-game. Yeah, Even without the typos, it's really confusing, and I understand why people are perceiving it the way that they are. But after reading both of the versions, in no way do they mean that you'll lose your current Java username. They just mean that you'll need an Xbox gamer tag for your Microsoft account, and that may not match your Java username. A Mojang employee even confirmed on Twitter that everybody will keep their Java usernames. So this is good, right? Why is it in the downsides category? Most invalid accounts will be fine, but there are a few outliers that will get screwed over, like any that can't migrate. So that's why I put this in the downsides category. Okay, I think that's it for the major downsides. Let me know if you think I missed anything. I do read all the comments. Now it's time to address some of the most common questions I see asked about the migration. Number one, and I think this is the most common question / misconception I have seen recently. Will accounts who don't migrate be purged? A lot of people have been thinking this will happen because the post said that you won't be able to play anymore if you don't migrate. It has gotten a lot of people excited about a possible name change day, just like we saw in 2015 when name changes were added and all the non-premium accounts were wiped. Well, I'm here to debunk these claims. There simply will not be another name wipe like there was before. The accounts they wiped in 2015 were non-premium accounts. This means their owners never actually paid for the game. The accounts people are talking about now are never going to be wiped because people actually paid for them. This includes unmigrated accounts. Even if they never migrate, their names will forever be in their possession. Believe me, I love thinking about a possible name change day part 2 in the future, but as far as I know, it will never happen. Number 2 is one I already went over briefly, but I'd just like to say it again in case there is any confusion. Your Java Edition username will not change. For the rest of these questions, I took to Twitter. The first question was asked by Cool Panda, and they want to know if the migration is going to affect third-party launchers like Badlion and Lunar. Mojang briefly answers this on the FAQ page. They say that they're working on a solution for third-party launchers and that they'll keep us up to date. I assume this means that third-party launchers will still work. They're just kind of working out exactly how it's going to happen. Our second question is from OK Kid, and they ask if this migration means that SFA accounts can become FA accounts. FA means full access. My answer to this is no, they cannot. I mentioned this early in the video, but I believe that SFA accounts will no longer be a thing after this migration. Our third question is from Pylons, and they ask if the capes will be available for a limited time. Pylons, I can't tell if you're asking if the capes will stay on your account for a limited time or if they'll only be claimable for a limited time, so I will answer both of those questions. The cape will always be on your account, and anyone who bought a Minecraft account before migrating to Microsoft will get a cape. I don't think it matters how long it takes us to migrate, we'll still all get capes. Chris asks, do you have to create a unique Microsoft account for every Mojang account you want to migrate? The answer that Mojang has given in their FAQ page is yes. You will have to create a unique Microsoft account for every Mojang account. This is really sad because I was hoping they would make it so we could just log in once and then have multiple Minecraft accounts to choose from. I want to add on to this answer that you can create a Microsoft account using any email. This doesn't mean that you have to create a Hotmail, Outlook, or Live.com email address, and I know a lot of people are upset about that, so in case you were one of them, don't worry. Tamsu asks, can you migrate the Mojang account to a Microsoft account that already exists? Mojang says yes. And finally, Superior asks, what will happen to 2-character names and invalids? I know I already covered this earlier, but since this is something I get asked almost daily, I will answer it again. As far as we know, nothing is going to happen to most of them. It seems that they'll be able to migrate just like everybody else. Okay, that's all I have to say. I hope I answered your questions, and if I didn't, I'll link the Mojang articles in the description, and I'll be replying to comments and tweets as well. This migration is scary, and we're all in it together. All we can do is sit back and wait for it to happen. Oh, and before I go, I just want to quickly thank you for 10,000 subscribers. I have a video specifically on that topic coming very soon that I think you'll enjoy.